everyone, I'm Brianna. Welcome back to my channel. So today I decided to do something a little bit different. I'm going to be doing a if you like this, then you'll like this. So I've seen a lot of people doing this around Booktube, and I thought it'd be cool to share some of my favorite books with a book that's more popular. I know my mom does this a lot. I may do one with authors coming up, but that one I'll probably do a little bit later. I'll probably post it maybe December-ish time, so like comparing two authors together. But yeah, so I'll jump right into this video. I have 7 books that I'm comparing, and hopefully the first one I tell you guys is more popular that you've heard of, and the second one is something I think is very similar, and if you guys like it, then I definitely suggest checking it out. So the first book is If You Like King by T.M. Frazier, which is a motorcycle dark romance. Then I recommend to you Cole by Tijan. They're very similar writing style, kind of the same, kind of dark romances. Cole is a mafia romance, and it centers around him. He's in the mafia, and it's very dark, and it's all about that, and I loved this book. I gave it a 5 out of 5. Tijan's writing and plot work in this book was amazing, and same thing with King. King was just phenomenal as well. It was really well done. It definitely ends with like kind of a plot twist and an open ending, so you have to read the second book, but I really recommend both of these books. So if you like King, then you'll like Cole. And that's so funny, they're both like one word titles. I didn't even realize that. So the next book is really popular, and it's been going around for a couple of the summer months. Oh, that's my brother, so sorry if you hear running around. But this has been going around for a while, and that's The Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang. This book is definitely a rom-com to the extreme. Very funny. I loved this book when I read it. It's about a girl who has autism, and high functioning autism, and she realizes that she's already 30 and she hasn't really dated anyone or really liked anyone, so she hires an escort to kind of help her with that. So if you liked this book, I very much recommend Truth or Beard by Penny Reed. This whole entire series, very similar to The Kiss Quotient in terms of the rom-com aspect. This book's super funny. It follows a different brother in each book and their love interest, and it's just such a great story, and I just really loved both of these books. Both of them made me laugh out loud, and they're very similar in the way that it's written. And The Kiss Quotient is actually optioned for a movie, so I'm very excited for that. But definitely, if you liked The Kiss Quotient, definitely check out Truth or Beard. They're all different, I guess, not styles, different stories in each one. So the first one, it's like he's the twin brother, and it's like a mechanic. This one of them follows a baker, another one follows like, I don't know, like the friend. It's like a crazy thing, but I definitely really recommend both of these books. So the next one, I feel like it's very popular. Some of you guys may not know the book, but you definitely know the TV show that's coming out in September on Lifetime. Definitely check out Lifetime, and that's You by Caroline Kepnes. I actually haven't finished this book, but from what I've read, I've really enjoyed. This follows a guy named Joe. He works in a bookstore, and he's kind of creepy. Definitely a stalker, definitely. So this girl comes in, I forgot her name. Gwen. I think her name's Gwen, and she comes into the bookstore, and he's like infatuated with her. He just loves her right on sight, and he ends up stalking her, so it's kind of like their relationship. It's already going to be a TV show on Lifetime, so I'm so excited to watch it. But if you have liked this book, or you like any books similar to this, oh, and it's in second person, so why it's called You is he talks directly to the reader, so it's like, I saw you standing there touching your hair at the hair salon, something like that. So it seems like he's talking to you, so it's creepy. But if you really liked this book, I definitely think you guys will like The Girl in 6E by Air Tour. This book was phenomenal. I loved this book. They give me the same vibe. I definitely recommend reading them around Halloween just because they are kind of creepy. But The Girl in 6E follows this girl named Deanna, and I think her name's Deanna. I don't think it's Dina. I think it's Deanna. But she has murderous tendencies. She has like this psychological issue with her. I forgot what it's called. But she wants to kill people. Like as soon as she sees you, even if you're a really nice person or a close friend, she just pictures ways to kill you, and she wants to kill you. So it's all about her. She locks herself in a room, and she has not left her apartment for I think 3 years at this point. So it's all about her and how she makes money and all this stuff, but it's just super creepy. They're both definitely very similar, and I really recommend these if you like this type of genre. The next book is one of my favorites, and this next one, not so much the topic, they're the same, but I feel like emotion, how the author has written the story is very similar. So this is Confess by Colleen Hoover. Colleen Hoover's a very, very popular author. This is a adult book by her, an adult romance. I loved this book. This is my favorite book she's written. I adore this book so much. It's so freaking phenomenal. But this follows a girl named Auburn. She stumbles upon a art studio, and I don't think she has a job yet. She's searching for a job, and she ends up meeting the owner of the studio named Owen, and they have like a relationship. It's just really I really thought this was an emotional book, and what I liked about it is there's artwork in this book as well, so you see his paintings come to life, which I thought was really, really cool. I just love this cover. I just cried when I read this book. This book is just so freaking good. Just everything about it just gives me life. But it's very popular. I know a lot of people have read this, and it is actually a TV show. I think it's on like the69.com or something like that. I forgot what it's called. I enjoyed the TV show. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I liked it. But if you like Confess by Colleen Hoover, I really think you'll like Come Back to Me by Miley Gray. This is the complete 180. This is a military romance, and this follows this girl, her brother, and the brother's best friend, and it's about them. Her brother and the brother's best friend end up going off to war, and only one returns. So it's kind of about their story as well as her story and kind of dealing with all this stuff. But emotion-wise, very, very similar on that level. Definitely, I feel like the writing styles very the same, even though this is it's technically a YA romance, but I personally think it's more of a new adult romance. Very similar and everything like that. I loved both of them equally, and I recommend both of them if you want something like this. Then, this one's not as popular, but I feel like the second book is not as popular as this one, if that makes sense. So I'm recommending Pretty Dead Girls by Monica Murphy. If you guys loved this follows I think they're rich. So it's like the popular girls in school, each one winds up dead. There's like a group of them. So it's kind of a murder mystery. I really love this book, and I'm really good at guessing who the killer is, and I couldn't guess. I guessed about 75% of the way, which means it was a good book because I didn't know in the beginning who it was. But I love this book. This is a YA mystery. Yeah, YA mystery. And I feel like it's more popular than the next book. But if you enjoyed Pretty Dead Girls by Monica Murphy, then you'll love The Dead List by Jennifer L. Armentrout. A lot of the same things happen in each one. It's kind of a stalker in both books. But Jennifer L. Armentrout's book follows it follows a girl named Ella. She's being stalked by this person in like a clown mask, and there's like different things. Okay, it sounds like It, but it's not like It. By Stephen King, if you guys know that book. But it's like a creepy book in general. I couldn't guess who the stalker was until like all the way done. I just loved this book so much, and just everything about this book was really, really good. But if you liked Pretty Dead Girls, I really think you'll like The Dead List on the same level in terms of mystery and horror and what's happening. I also recommend reading this around October near Halloween because that's when I read both of these books. Really, really good. Definitely recommend both of them. The next one is pretty obvious. I'm going to start with the first one because the author's more popular, and that's Until Friday Night by Abby Glines. This is a YA contemporary romance. I mean, it has football elements in it, but that's not the sole purpose. So Each book in this series follows a different football player and the love interest, but this series is just so phenomenal. I love it, and if you like this, then you'll definitely love Catching Jordan by Miranda Kennelly. Abby Glines' writing is a little bit more intense than Miranda Kennelly's writing. Miranda Kennelly's more like a younger-ish YA writing. It doesn't have as much drama and problems behind it as Until Friday Night and Abby Glines' writing, but they're very much similar in terms that it has football. They're both YA. I love both of these books dearly, and they're just great, great novels. So this is my last recommendation for you guys, and this one is the more popular side. If you have read adult romance, I feel like everyone has read this book, and I've been recommended it so many times, but that's Culty by Mariana Zapata. I definitely think this one, and even though I haven't read it, The Wall of Winnipeg in Me, the concept of it reminds me of the next book, but this book is about a professional soccer player who she liked her coach. So her coach was he was like a famous German professional soccer player, and then he retired and now he's coaching, and it's all about their story. But I just loved this book, and I know a lot of people know Mariana Zapata just from her books. So if you loved this book, I recommend reading Sweet Home by Tilly Cole. This book is phenomenal as well. I love Tilly Cole's writing. The writing's very, very similar, except Mariana definitely does a better slow burn romance. This one's not really as much, but this is a college football romance, and it follows Molly, who is a master's student at the University of Alabama. And the one thing I did like is she did definitely use same with what's her face, Mariana Zapata, they kind of used real schools and real places, but this follows Molly. She's a master's student, she's teaching, she's a TA at University of Alabama, and she ends up meeting Romeo, who is the quarterback of the University of Alabama. This also is very, very similar to #Nerd by Cambria Hebert, so if you have read any of those, I definitely think these books are in that genre. Yeah, so that's it. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely comment if you guys want to know any more, if you like this, or if you guys have any questions. I'm more than happy to recommend books that are similar to a book that you guys are interested in, because I know my friends do this a lot, and my mom does this a lot. She always asks me. But yeah, this is a fun video to make, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!